8 insanely scary wild animal encounters caught on camera. Nature is full of surprises. Some are pleasant and others are downright scary. How would you react if you were surrounded by a pod of orcas? What if you woke up one morning with a giant python slithering on your back? If you want to see some crazy videos, you must keep watching as we count down 8 insanely scary wild animal encounters caught on camera. Number 8. Squirrel. Watch this squirrel follow these people, and when it comes walking down the street to stare at the man, it jumps right on the man's face and attacks it. The man is shocked and turns his face right on time. This friendly squirrel decides to climb up this man's leg and socialize. The guy doesn't know what to do, as the squirrel is all over him. This is one confident squirrel. These squirrels want this man's nuts. That's right, the nuts in his bowl. Now that they know where the prize is, they will continue to solicit the man for more. Watch this squirrel fly across this window apparently. There have been reports of squirrels attacking residents in Queens, New York, and some people have been bitten badly. The danger with squirrels is not so much the attacks, but more the diseases they may transmit. It's safer to stay away from the cute rodents. Number 7. Cow. This friendly cow comes to take a whiff of his family and continues her journey. This kid tries to mount a calf, but when the calf gets going, the kid crashes into a buggy and falls. The sound of the collision is quite hard, but the kid seems okay. This cute herd of cows move along off the road when this man, who is probably their handler, tells them to scoot over and get back onto the field. Number 6. Wallaby. This wallaby rushed to the hospital get treated, but apparently when nurses saw it in the clinic, they decided it had a clean bill of health. The wallaby didn't care and continued bouncing around the clinic inspecting every corner before scampering off outside. This wallaby is being friendly to this man and tries to climb up his leg. The man tells the wallaby to stay down, but I'm not sure the wallaby understand. This wallaby pulls a few kung fu moves on the students, but the young man seems to be enjoying it all. Number 5. Bat. This bat invades this house and flies all over the place. While all the family members are telling each other to catch the bat, the older man tries to catch the bat with a towel, but he's not able. To the man looks like a toreador with a towel, except the bat is much smaller and much faster than a bull. The man finally catches the bat and lets it out the door. Another bat is trapped inside a house. These cats are going bananas looking at it fly around. One of the cats jumps into the air and catches the bat, knocking it to the ground. The bat looks out of commission, and the cats try to move it around. An adult male, gray-headed flying fox was imprisoned in a pool cage. Bats find it difficult, if not impossible, to escape contained or constricted spaces where they are unable to rise high enough to fly out, passing the borders. The ledges around the pool were rather tiny, which made it difficult for him to go around. The painter placed a plank over the pool's corner, allowing the owner of the house access without having to walk along the ledge or risk falling in. The bat didn't like being caught, but he remained calm, or he had stuck his head hard enough to keep him silence. He seemed to be in good shape. Number 4. Bear. This huge polar bear's curiosity is aroused when you notice the snowmobile. The bear pushes it, bites it, and even tries to climb on it. What? A massive bear and this snowmobile is going to need to go to the repair shop. This bear feels like going skiing and chases the skier down the hill. How scary is that? I just hope the skier doesn't fall, or it could spell disaster, unless of course the skier is the bear's handler. Look at this bear run. This is one fast bear. A man climbs this ridge and sees a grizzly bear. He's kind of freaked out, but I'm sure he'll live. This grizzly bear swims over to this kayaker, and the kayaker is scared to death. It's rare. This sort of thing happens, and bears don't usually do this, but it was learned later that a dead elk was on the other side of the lake, and that's what the bear was gunning for. I don't know about you, but I see a huge bear like this charging at me. I don't try to scare it away and continue taking pictures of it, but that's exactly what the Swedish man did. When he saw this aggressive bear, it worked, and the bear scampered off because it was afraid of the man. Number 3. Fish. These guys are out fishing, and when they catch a carp, the fish almost knocks one out of the guys. As it hits it in the face, the guy finds it funny and has a good laugh with his friend. These people were out fishing when a wahoo jumped into their boats. They described it as a once-in-a-lifetime experience. After a shark flipped a Florida angler over on his kayak. Number 2. Iguana. This iguana went for a swim, and when it came out of the water, it wanted to make a few friends. This little girl decided to pet the lizard, and the lizard didn't budge. He eventually continued his walk, and the little girl followed it everywhere. This iguana is friendly, but when these people get too close, the iguana begins to sprint in spurts and stops. It scares the lady, but she finds it funny. This iguana feels confident enough to walk over to this woman and climb on her head. Once on the woman's head, the iguana just sits there and admires the scenery. The woman eventually removes the iguana iguana from her head and places it back on the ground during an offshore boating trip. This guy was taken aback when he stumbles across an iguana swimming. A few kilometers off the coast he came to a halt and assisted the iguana into his boat before offering him a ride back to shore. Number 1. Snake. How would you react if you opened the hood of your car and found a giant Burmese python? I know, I would try to run, but I would probably faint. The owner asked his neighbor to help them out, and they grabbed the snake and got it out of there. They called wildlife services to pick up the snake. Honestly, I'm glad I live where none of these snakes exist. This woman wakes up with a huge snake on her back and goes crazy. Her roommates even close the door of the room as if it's a prank. I'm sorry, but this is not a prank to play on someone. This is scary stuff, and if my friends did this to me, I would have locked them up. This inspector is looking for termites, but instead, he finds a snake. What kind of house is this? The good news is there are no mice, because the snake ate them. All the guy doesn't look impressed and keeps doing his job. This wildlife expert is called to remove a snake that was stuck in a car. And you can see, as the man with the snake over his shoulder. The snake was a red-tailed boa, and it was 4 feet long. It was someone's pet that was left alone for a short period of time and managed to get itself stuck away underneath the seat. With a little work and patience, the wildlife expert was able to get the snake out of the car. You must admit, some of these encounters were darn right scary. The one that horrified me the most was the prank with the huge snake slithering on the woman's back in her bed. Thanks for watching this video. See you son in the next video.